then it's clear that this
Okay.
does converge to 1, but it's
1.
converging from the top. Okay. Now
Yeah.
this would also mean that the sequence will diverge. Okay.
So wait, how do you check it comes from the top?
Yeah, so if you check the ratio, like for example, you take two sequences and you take the ratios, or ratio, you take a series, you take its terms and you take the ratios like this. Now, if the ratios turn out to be like this, like n, like something like this, right? N plus 1 by n, then this is
Okay.
converging from the top, right? It's clear because they're all bigger than 1,
Okay, okay, fine,
right?
fine, yeah.
So in this case also, so maybe I'll put that condition here, and convergence is from the top,
Okay.
convergence from the top, from above. Not top is probably not the right, from above. That also implies that it's diverging. So this is an just a subtle aspect in this. Okay, a divergence, and it's intuitively very clear, right? Because if it is converging from the top, it means that you have terms like you have things like this, bigger than an. Sorry, I mean bigger than
Yeah.
1, right?
Yeah.
And then you'll have something like 2 and plus 2 plus 1 bigger than 1. So this all
Yeah.
this basically means that you have something like an less than an plus 1 less than equal to an plus 2 and so on.
Yeah.
This would obviously mean it diverges. The summation will
Yeah.
diverge. Summation will diverge.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is just a slight aspect of it. Yeah. But yes. So that's a ratio test. So we did speak about it, and we know the test. Okay. Let's just apply the test maybe in a few examples, just like we did for the integral test. So let's take the first example. So the first example would be n equal to 1 to infinity, 3 to the power 1 minus 2n divided by n square plus 1. Okay, so
Sir,
check.
and what is the hint that we should use a ratio test? I mean, what do we look for?
Yes, yes, yeah. So mostly you see, right, as I had said, if the terms of your series have, x to the power n kind of terms times something,
Okay. Okay.
then it is like a geometric progression, right? Because this x to the
Okay.
power n is there. So this is like the
Okay.
hint that you should, yeah, try the ratio test. Like
Okay.
if you feel like you could compare it with the geometric progression, but it's hard to explicitly find the r,
Yeah.
then you go with the ratio test. Yeah.
Yeah. So if I put A and so and another condition for ratio test is all should be positive, right?
Yes, all should be positive. If all of them are not positive, then you'll have to take the mod and do the ratio test.
Oh,
Okay,
it's
and
still valid.
yeah, because if you take the mod of the term, so suppose let's this we will say this we will understand better when we do the conditional convergence. But still,
Okay.
meanwhile, let's say you have a series like this, and you want to apply the
Okay.
ratio test. Now, if some of the terms are negative, some of the terms are positive, so this is not all positive. Okay,
Okay.
and if you want to apply the ratio test, then you take the mod of every term, and you take this new series. Okay, you take this new series, and of course now in this series, so all the terms are positive. So here in this part, ratio test is applicable.
Okay. Okay.
I've
Okay.
just broken this thing in 2 steps, and now it becomes obvious that we can do it, right? Ratio test is
Yeah.
applicable. So you apply the ratio test, okay? So and you apply the ratio test in this, or maybe I should say mod s, though this is an abuse of notation. Okay, this is s, and then this is not mod s. So probably I'll
Yeah.
just not say like that. I'll just say s plus or something. Okay. Now, so we apply the ratio test on the second series, and we check if it converges. Then you can conclude that S also converges. This is not easy to prove, okay? If S plus converges, means if you take the mod of every term, if you make every term positive and still the series converges, it will imply that the original series also converges. But this is not easy to prove, but it's easy to feel that it's true, right? Because when you're
Okay.
taking the mod, you're increasing the size of every term, and it is
Yeah,
still
I mean,
converging.
isn't it simple comparison test? If something converges, then
Mhm.
if you include the original one, it also includes minus sign. Now, minus sign are smaller quantities, so they'll
Mhm.
also converge.
No, but the problem is that that comparison test intuition uses the fact that all the terms are positive. Okay, and I can just counter your argument like straight away in the sense that like when you have negative terms, might think that, okay, negative terms are smaller, so it's just better for us. But the point is, some of the negative terms may be very negative, and then it may go to minus infinity also, or it may oscillate.
Okay, okay.
That's the problem, right? We don't just want our series to not be big. We also want them to not oscillate. And that
Okay,
can
okay.
happen when terms are negative. That doesn't happen when the terms are positive. That's why we mostly have forgotten that in the series chapter, they're oscillating thing,
Okay.
but it's there when the terms can be negative. But still, this holds true for some deeper reasons. Okay. S is convergent. This probably we don't need to prove, but yeah, I don't think we'll have to prove this, but this we can. This is basically called absolute convergence. I think this is the only thing you think you might need in absolute convergence. This is called absolute convergence. When you take the absolute values of every term and still the series converges, that's absolute convergence. Okay, and if it does not converge after
So
taking
absolute convergence, after doing that, you do the ratio test only.
Absolute convergence is just a name for this. Okay, this S plus.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. If the series, yeah, ratio test, no, you can apply other tests also. Okay, like root test is there and so on. But yeah, ratio test is one of them where which
Oh, we can basically do everything we learned on positive terms on S plus and it
haha.
holds.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
But sometimes what happens is that the converse is not true. Okay, so S
Okay.
may converge, but when you take all the positive terms, then when you make everything positive, the new series may not converge. Okay, so if you make every term positive and you apply the ratio test and it fails, you apply the root test and it fails, then you might think that this new series doesn't converge, and it may even be true that the new series does not converge. But from there, you cannot say that the original series did not converge. That is
So
the
if
thing.
S plus diverges, it does not mean S diverges.
No, yeah, because S plus might be diverging on basis of size. Size of the terms are getting bigger. The size of the partial terms are getting bigger. But in S, some kind of cancellation may have been taking place. Who knows?
Okay.
And no, yeah, and finally things. And there are examples of that we will do just after some time. So these are the slight, caveats in this. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So let's apply this quickly and see. But sometimes if you can just tell me directly, even without applying a test, if this converges or not, then that's also good. That's even better, maybe. Save time.
Okay, 1 minute. I mean, I've been calculating the limit from that time.
Mm-hmm.
I got it as 1/9.
You got it as, so you mean the limit of an plus 1 by an?
Yeah.
Yes. So if you have got that to be 1/9, which is less than 1, right? So yes, it does that. It just converges then, right? Yeah. And you don't even have to. Can you do this without the ratio test? Like suppose you have to just tell me this directly without any test, because it's actually very simple. Yeah.
One minute, sir. And the ratio test. Yeah, I mean, 3. Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, sure. See, if you just write it as 3 divided by n square plus 1 into 3 power 2n. Okay. Now, just consider 1 by 3 power 2n.
Yes.
That's a geometric series which converges.
Yes, right.
So a smaller one definitely comparison test.
Yes. I mean, sorry, it's even smaller. Yeah, right. You're correct.
Yeah.
So you see, this is much easier, right? So than even the applying any kind of test. Yeah. Now let's do one which is slightly complicated. So here we have summation and starting from 2 to infinite. And we have something like minus 2 raised to the power 1 plus 3n, n plus 1, n square 5 to the power 1 plus n. Yeah. So let's check the convergence of this.
So
Check.
just to remind, I just want to tell you, there is also one test which we need to cover called logarithmic test.
Yeah. Logarithmic test is also there. Yes. That's after the Rabay's test, I think. Yes. There's so many tests. Yeah.
Let me just check here. One minute, sir. I'm just okay. A power x power n. Okay, let me just apply the test. It's just too much to do. But I also need to verify whether okay, I need not worry if each term is positive. I'll just put a mod just in case.
Yes, you put a mod and you do. And if that converges, then you can just say this also converges.
So an plus 1 is minus 2 power 1 plus 3n plus 3 into 2 square. 5 plus 2 minus 2 power 3n plus 4 into n plus 2. Sorry. If I take ratio, one minute, sir. This tends to 1. Sir, I'm getting minus 8 by 5.
Minus
Matlab,
8.
jiska mod, if I take it, will come 8 by 5.
Okay, so you are getting an plus 1 by an to be 8 by 5.
Yeah.
Okay, so what can you say then?
8 by 5. So it's greater than 1, so diverges.
Okay, so here is, yeah, so what diverges? We have shown then that this series diverges with the mod.
An diverges.
Yes.
Yeah.
No. We have shown that mod an diverges.
Okay.
Right? Yeah. So yeah, we have shown that mod an, so we have shown that this diverges. Now, probably this is a fine point, and probably if in the exam you can just write from here that an diverges. Okay, I think they will not say anything. You can just say that an diverges.
But what's the logic?
Yeah, but logic is that but it's wrong to conclude that. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
But because you can understand, right? Because we have taken the mod of the series and shown that that diverges. That does not mean that this series would also diverge. I mean, this reasoning at least doesn't say. So we have to find an alternate way to say that. Okay. So what I'm feeling is that when you look
but
at
this is something like that. What do you say? That absolute thing, right? What you told.
Exactly. No. Yeah, but
if S plus.
Yes, S plus is diverging, but S plus is diverging doesn't mean that S also will diverge, because S has a positive negative.
But it's true always, right? I mean,
see if S plus converges,
then S converges.
Yeah, that's
okay, I got it.
Yeah.
If S plus diverges, we cannot comment on S. Okay.
Yeah, we cannot comment, right? So that's what I'm feeling that, and I don't know if the ratio test is true. Like if you can conclude from here that an converges or not. So, yeah. So, but there's an alternative reasoning which I think I can give. So, looking at these terms which are here, what I am feeling is that it doesn't even go to 0. Because let me arrange the similar parts together and then you can see. So I'm arranging this like this, and there is this n plus 1 by n. So this n plus 1
If I
by
take
n.
limit,
Yeah,
is
right.
1.
Yeah, so yeah, this goes. So this one goes to 1. So we don't have to worry too much about that, right? So you can just consider this. Now, where do you think this one goes? Does it go to 0? Because if it doesn't go to 0, then we can just say that the series is divergent.
Okay.
Okay? So forgetting about the n plus 1 thing, let's just take the limit of this.
I mean, yeah, I think it goes to 0.
You think it goes to 0? Why do you think it goes to 0?
So because the denominator is 5 power, it's more exponential.
But then you see the numerator has a 3n.
Okay. Let me see. Hold on, sir. Right. Yeah, so basically, if you convert all that, I mean, okay, 1 minute. You can rewrite it as minus 2 by 5.
Minus 2 by 5.
Into minus 8 power n. Whole thing power n, yeah. Divided by 5 power n. Into 1 by n.
Into 1 by n, yes.
Now, okay, suppose I separate that minus by taking minus 1 power n separate. We'll again get 8 by 5 power n.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean 8 by 5 power n. Something greater than 1 power n, that's infinity divided by infinity. I don't know, how do you do this limit?
No, yeah, but you're right. I mean, this is 8. So you look at it as, so what simplifications you have made, they will lead us to a very easy solution. So this is 8 by 5 power n.
Yeah.
Now, 8 by 5 power n certainly is not going to 0. It's going to infinity, in fact.
Yes.
Right? And even if you divide this thing by n, this will still go to infinity. Because just think about it. 8 by 5 is, I mean, just you can take it
1.6. Yeah.
1.6. Yeah, good. 1.6 to the power n by n. This surely goes to infinite. Forget about 0. It doesn't go to 0. It goes to infinite. The terms are going to infinite. Yeah. So if the terms are not going to 0, the series is not going to converge. Yeah. So this is a proof, and this is a proper proof. You see, we have not used the modulus here, okay, and neither have we used the any test, any ratio test, okay.
Yeah.
So here, so this is the thing. I don't know if in the college, if they ask you to do the ratio test, then they're not seeing the subtlety of it, and they just say, you can just say it, okay. But this is wrong to say from here. Like from here, it's wrong to say that this series diverges, and the ratio test only says that if the ratio is bigger than 1, then it diverges absolutely. Even if you check the Wikipedia, it says that. Okay, and it's true because even in our proof, we use the fact that all the terms are positive. Okay, so yeah, but the ratio test
greater than 1, it diverges. Yeah, for positive.
For positives, yeah. And if it's negative, the terms are negative, then you cannot say. Then you can just say that it absolutely diverges. Means No, like the mod sequence, the sequence formed by taking the mod of the terms, that sequence diverges. But then you can't say anything
Diverges?
about the sequence.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but however, if it does come out to be less than 1 for some problem, let's say 8 by 15, then you can say that the mod of the sequences, mod of the terms converges, and hence you can also say that even the original series was converging, even if it had negative signs. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, that's okay, right? Because if after making everything positive it still converges, then the original series also converges.
So if I apply mod and if I get less than 1, no issues. I can write original series converges.
Yes.
But if I get greater than 1, that means I should not tell you. I should check again.
Yes. Yeah. Then you should have to check. Then this might that might give you a hint. Okay. You can at least, I mean, if it comes out to be greater than 1, then you can say number 1 that it diverges. It doesn't converge absolutely. That is clear.
Okay.
That you can say. And second, then you have to go back and apply some other technique to check if it,
Okay.
yeah. So like example we did this.
Okay.
So yes, so that is the thing. Let's see what is the other question. Yeah, let's do this one. This one is slightly more interesting. So we have summation and starts from 2 3, I guess 3 to infinity. Or if you just write n and write here limit n goes to infinity, that's the definition. E to the power 4n by n minus 2 factorial. Yeah, so check this.
Okay. So basically, nth term is e power 4n divided by n minus 2 factorial. Okay, hold on. So after simplifying, like putting the ratio test, I'm getting limit n tends to infinity, e power 4 divided by n minus 1. So that means it goes to 0.
Yes, right. That goes to 0.
Which is less than 1.
Yeah, right.
So
and so it
and here all terms are positive, we can see.
Here all terms are, yes, right. Here all terms are positive, yeah. And either way, this is less than 1. So even if they were not positive, there's no problem.
So just a doubt, like here the n starts from 3. That doesn't affect the calculation by anything, right?
No. Because we only care about what happens in the end. And here n starts with 3 for this to make sense.
Okay.
Yeah, that's just the convenience.